what's up? Teach Me Grappling. This is Coach Brian, and I am back. What are these pictures? These photos were taken just this past weekend, yesterday and the day before. This is the Tournament of Champions tournament. That sounded stupid. Tournament of Champions tournament. Anyway, it's a very tough tournament. High school wrestling. It's at Sonora High School in La Habra, California. 64-man bracket. My kids did great. Tons and tons of highlights. I wanted to show you guys a couple matches, and I wanted to highlight today one of our young wrestlers. He's a freshman. Here's a photo of him coming up right here. Alex Munoz. And only a freshman, doing really well. This was on day number 1. This match would put him in the quarters. We're wrestling the number 7 seed. Opponent tries a little slide by to a fireman's carry. Alex is in the shorts, the gold and purple shorts. We're trying to sprawl. Our opponent gets his head back up, and he's trying to run the pipe into a double leg. We get our legs back. Really good fight right here. We're stuffing his head, keeping his head in the center like we should. But our opponent right here watches his head creeps up to here to the left. We make a mistake. His head comes up. He gains some power and momentum. We check a chin whip, little throw, and it didn't work. So we give up the 2-point takedown. Our opponent is riding on our wrist. He has what we call an Iowa ride, which is like an ankle hook with his right leg. That helps keep him, us down. He applies a little half Nelson with his right hand. Doesn't work, but we're trying to move on out. But he's got some good pressure. He's using a lot of energy there, keeping us down. And at this point in the match, that's what you have to do. You have to kind of make your opponent work. Really, whether you're on top or bottom, you got to make your opponent work, and you got to wear them out. So there's going to be a lot of stalemates in a sense of, neither wrestler can kind of, one can't create an escape and the other can't create a pinning combination. So they went out of bounds. When you go out of bounds in wrestling, our opponent's still in control. So the referee asks us to get set, and then he's going to ask for the top wrestler to come on top. And then once the whistle's blown, you see we tried to get a stand-up going, but our opponent dragged us back to the mat. He applies a nice half Nelson with a dangerous chicken wing on the other side, and tries to kind of rip us to the right to set up his half Nelson there. And our shoulders definitely getting stretched, but we were able to withstand it and peel it off. He's getting a little high there. When we say he's getting high, that means his body weight's getting a little up on the upper back too much. He got himself back down low as we attempted to shake him loose, but didn't work. He's going for what's called a tilt right here. A tilt is kind of like a cheap way to get points. You kind of put the guy to his back. It's not the best way to pin someone, but it does work for scoring points. It's very popular. Second period, our opponent chooses down. The score is 2-0. So now it's our turn to try to ride him. Our opponent elected to go down, and he wanted to try to escape. And now he's got a little position. He goes for what's called a switch. We're trying to counter that switch, and we do successfully counter it. He's stuck on his belly right here. We're working on a cradle, little cross-face cradle. He's still got our right leg, as we sprawl it away. We're trying to get that leg back. Now we're legging in again. Right here, very dangerous. His right arm cut between the bodies there. We're in trouble. If he Uchimata's right here, we're in dangerous trouble. But we yell at him 1, not 2. We give our opponent 1 point. Now it's 3-0. He shoots it again. He likes that fireman. You notice he's trying to pull at that elbow with his left hand on our right elbow. We kind of whip him over, and then it kind of helps him go right into his fireman's. It looks like he gets the takedown, but his feet go out of bounds, and that was lucky for us. The referee signaled neutral position. Takedown wasn't scored because his feet were out of bounds. It's the way it goes. That's the rules. We're back on our feet. Again, nice collar tie with the right hand. Opponent, again, it looks like he's trying to set up a slide by with his right hand over tie. Underhook with his left. It slipped right out. Again, Alex has got to get his shots going. I'm trying to remind him. He checked a little shot, and then nice timing there as we come in on the leg, but our opponent's got a dangerous whizzer. We choose to go high. You notice our left leg is stepped in the hole. We're trying to attack the head, but our opponent's whizzer is very, very strong. And we're trying to go high. I have that technique on video. If you guys have watched the channel, you might have seen going high in the dogfight position. This is the situation right here. We're trying really hard, but we got to lift our head up. And you notice we shelve the leg up on the right hip, and should help us. Time's starting to run down. We adjust the underhook back into the waist, and then we're going, trying to figure out how to do this. Maybe we should leg in right here. I'm calling for a leg in, but our opponent's not allowing it, and time expires. Unfortunately, no takedown. We go to the third period. 3-0. We're losing. We go neutral. We've got to get the takedowns going. We know our opponent's a little bit tired. We worked really hard running hills. Nice little snag for the single. Opponent gets away. We're breaking ties. We're moving our feet a lot better than our opponent. We're pulling on the head, pulling on the elbow. Nice little boot scoot right there, popping it up like a duck under. Get our 2-point takedown. Immediately I tell him to cut. That means to let our opponent go. Our opponent's holding our elbow. There is a technique he can utilize with that, but he's really just trying to stall. Right there, the coaches were trying to say where they're doing a move, but he was trying to slow the match. So we're back. We gave him one escape. Now it's 4-2. We have a 2-point deficit. We sprawl on his single leg, push the head down. We're running behind, and we get it. We are in the hole. We get 2 points. I'm calling and screaming for a cradle right now as Alex finally hears me and cinches up the near cradle. As he locks it up, check it out. We're going to put him to his back. We get 2 swipes, and we have the 2 points. Our opponent almost reverses us, but Alex with poise squeezes his lock and comes back on top. We have the lead essentially right now, even though the referee hasn't given us our 2 points yet. He'll award us the 2 points once we release the hold. So the score is effectively 6-4 right now with us in the lead. Time's ticking down, and we're trying to finish this cradle. We want to go for the walk-up. We're trying to get our left leg behind his left leg. Once we can get our left leg behind his left leg and his leg gets caught up on our hip, we can really go for the fall. It's what we call the cradle walk-up. Other schools have different names. Alex cinches it in and gets the fall. So great win for him, beating the number 7 seed. We came into this tournament unseeded as a freshman, and we get the win there. So that was real sweet for Alex on day number 1. Put him in the quarterfinals. So he ended up losing in the quarters, but he battled back, and he came all the way back to the 3rd place match. I wanted to give you guys this match. I'm going to show you this. This is going to be the last match. Our opponent here is from Poway, really good school down in San Diego, very highly respected school. So our opponent here is actually the B wrestler. So they have such a good team that their B wrestler is a solid wrestler, but their A wrestler is the one that took us out in the quarterfinals. He won the tournament, and their B wrestler is here going for 3rd, just like us. Opponent gets in on a double, high crotch to a double. We're trying to use our whizzer and get our hips up right here. We're on the side of our hip. That could have been 2 points, but because of the angle and the whizzer, we get our hips up, and the referee sided with us in this case and did not give the 2 points. Our opponent got hit in the nuts, so he's going to take an injury timeout. So that was a close one right there. That could have been 2 points, definitely. The referee decided to wait a little longer before there would be, he wanted to see more control, so that favored us. So after a little timeout, we're gonna cut the film and take it to the 2nd period. So we're down 2-0. Our opponent chooses down for the 2nd period. Wrestling has 3 periods. Usually in the 2nd or 3rd, wrestlers will go down. Sometimes they'll elect neutral, but opponent chooses down. He thinks he can score in this position. Generally, it's easier to score from the bottom than it is from the top, as by the point system. It's 1 point for an escape. It'll be 2 or 3 for a near fall. Our opponent ends up escaping and gets to a sprawl, but he is not clear. And then so right here, that gives him 2 points for the reversal. So now he's got a 4-point lead, and he's going to tip us right here. I did not think this was points. It's got to be a 45-degree angle. The referee gives up the 2 swipes. I was pretty frustrated with that, because I think he's clearly not at a 45. I think he's more like just barely breaking 90 degrees. But it's not supposed to be like that, but it is what it is. Referee gives up the 2, and we are now losing 6-0. So Anyway, so or actually, I'm not even sure. Is it 6-0? Yeah. No. It's not 6-0. It's 4-0. Sorry. 2 reversal, 2 near fall. And then right there, we get an escape. As we pop out the back door, our opponent sensed we were going to come out. So he gave us 1. It is now 4-1. 4-1. So we're back on our feet in the second period. And our opponent's kind of pulling us down into a front headlock. Alex likes this position. He likes to be a little sneaky with the leg attacks from the front headlock. He doesn't mind being under there sometimes. We have an underhook. We're trying to pull our opponent around. I'm asking for a snap down right here. We kind of get one going, but our opponent has hand control. We take a bad shot. He hits a good angle on us and scores another 2 points, making it 6-1. So it's not looking too good in the third place match. He's leg riding here, trying to get her. He's using a claw with his right hand, and we want to get that leg out, but it's too late. Third period, we choose neutral. 6-1. We're down by 5 points. We've got to get it going. Nice single leg to a boot scoot, little peek out, and we get the 2 points. That makes the match 6-3. We choose to cut him like our last match. Let him go. That's now 7-3. We're down by 4. Our opponent takes a shot, and we're sprawling. We're able to get away from him as he lifted us. We get another 2. That's 7-5. We cut him again. That makes it 8-5. We're down by 3 points. We take a shot on the edge, and we drive him out of bounds. 8-5, 3-point deficit. This is very common when you're down in wrestling. When you get your opponent tired, you run the game of take them down, let them up. You try to basically come from behind 1 point at a time. You get 2, he gets 1. We take a shot. Our opponent sprawls with an underhook. Bam! We hit him with a sag headlock right to his back, grabbing our inner thigh, pulling on the elbow. We get the fall and we get the win. So that was a beautiful finish to the tournament for Alex Munoz. We're very proud of him. It was a great accomplishment for him as only a freshman. He's got a bright future, so I'm excited about his wrestling career. So here's a little look at it. This was a 64-man bracket to take third at such a prestigious tournament. This is Braden Smelzer taking third, and then we also had Alex's brother Trent Munoz taking first. Our team came in 10th overall out of about 70 teams. Very tough tournament, but we're proud of our boys. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you next time.